This is the video you've all been waiting for. We've been living in our 2007 Mercedes Sprinter for the past year and a half, travelling to some amazing locations in Europe. If you've been following along on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I think that's them all, then you'll know that we've been making some major upgrades to the van. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Welcome to our tiny home. She is a long wheelbase, high roof 2007 Sprinter van that we bought in 2019 and was converting for around about 2 years because we was working full-time jobs and didn't have enough time to jump into the van to just blast the build out. So if you're a long-time viewer of ours, you'll know that we've been making some upgrades to the van. So let's start from the front and work our way back.
So this is one of the upgrades to the van. It's a lagoon style table leg, so you can move it around wherever you want, and it's perfect as a little office to work if Jordan's gaming, and it also acts as a dog platform for Lily. So this isn't actually a lagoon table leg, it's a remake on Amazon and it's about £100 cheaper. We will list all the links, discount codes and everything like that in the description below. The links are affiliate links, which means we get a little kickback but not at your expense. So the seat that I was sat on actually acts as a big storage unit. So you've got one half for shoes and one half for dirty laundry.
Annalise has recently fitted this spice rack, but she puts like all her candles in and her smellies and stuff. Up top here we have overhead storage for coats and jackets. Just because it gets too messy in the van if you're hanging your jackets up and stuff, we just stuff them in there, hide them away. But the big upgrade is inside here, and the major upgrade is inside the shower room. We've got a composting toilet instead of a chemical toilet, which means we can do our poos in the bag and then throw it out the window. No, I'm only joking. It is actually a massive upgrade for us because a chemical toilet in the UK are really hard to empty, whereas in the composting toilets, you pretty much empty them anywhere.
This is the Cellino Origin L composting toilet and it only weighs 6.8 kilograms. Both containers hold up to 10 litres, so there's plenty of room for your number 1s and 2s. We love the look of this toilet and it actually matches our van interior. This is what's going to keep us off grid for longer periods of time.
In the shower room we've got click vinyl flooring which is fully sealed and waterproof, PVC shower panels for walls and ceiling, and we have a mixer tap with a water saving trigger shower head. Inside this bench seat is our diesel heater and our separate fuel tank. We didn't tap into the main fuel tank because we find that it's much easier to diagnose issues when your fuel tank's separate. Also acts as storage as well, and if you're wondering how much we paid for our diesel heater, we actually only paid £87 and it's been in the van about a year and a half and it's never missed a beat. You eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed this little switch here. So it is actually a remote, wireless remote, and this turns our lights on and off. It also has 50%, so it drops it to 50% or back up to 100%, or you can hold the minus and it'll dim the lights, or you can hold the plus and it'll make the lights brighter. So we have one at the front of the van and we have one in bed in case we've forgot to turn the lights off. We can just switch it while we're in bed.
So moving further down the van, we've got this table. Now this is a collapsible table leg, so we can just take that out, remove it, and this turns into full-on sofa mode. And this is another storage box, which I won't open because it's a bit messy, and this is where we house all Jordan's clothes. Kitchen is definitely the main feature of the van. It just looks like a little apartment. So we'll start at this end. We've got the black sink with the black tap. We've got the black kitchen roll holder, the IKEA spice racks with our little spice jars, carbon monoxide alarm, make sure you get one. We've got these lights, which are really handy if you don't want all the lights on. We can turn them off and just have these on while we're cooking. We've got a 2-burner hob which links to the camping gas 907. Jordan, is that right, behind the camera? And then we've got our magnetic spice. And then we've got our magnetic knife rack. The tiles on the back are tic-tac tiles which you stick on, and we've got a 240 volt plug socket. We've got so much storage in this kitchen. We've got the 2 overhead and everything's in storage boxes to keep it nice and neat. We've got under sink storage, a drawer here where we keep all our cutlery, another cupboard underneath here which is all our plates and bits and bobs, and then we've got, these are the new additions. So we've got another drawer here which, as you can see, is just more stuff, and then the big one This is like our pan cupboard and it is huge. It houses all our pots and pans, toaster, blender, milk frother, everything is in that drawer. And in the bottom drawer is where our gas bottle and water heater lies.
So one thing I was doing when I was building this van out, redoing the kitchen, was making sure that this line on this matches this line here. And it really winds me up when for instance, I see a kitchen built and like you have these drawers like this and then you have a drawer here and the line lands like say there. Oh, that's like a pet hate. The one thing we absolutely love is our 12 volt fridge freezer. It's a 26 litre freezer and a 62 litre fridge, and it's absolutely massive. Oh, and it even has a Coke dispenser. Check that out. You just slot in there so you can have all your cans of Coke in there. It's perfect. The brand of this is Montpellier, and if you do want something like this, head over to Jackson's Legend, check it out on the website. So under the table we do have a 240 volt plug socket, and above here Annalise has recently just bought another mirror from Own Bargain. I think she just likes collecting mirrors. And she's staining this with some 3M stain. So our walls and the ceiling are all cladded. The top's been stained with, I think it's 3M or it might be 3v3, I can't remember, but we stained the ceiling, all the worktops and this mirror pretty much with the same stuff. And then the walls have all been painted white. We've added this rope trim for like aesthetics, but really it's not really aesthetics, it's just to hide our bad edges. This is all around the van and around the back edge as well. Just adds like a nice little touch. So let's talk roof vents. What have we got? So we've got a Fiamma 40 roof vent here, just a standard one that you just open up with a fly mesh above. And then we've got a max air fan just at the back above the bed. And the reason why we put it in above the bed is because when we go abroad and it's really warm, we can turn that on, blows nice cool air straight on top of the bed. We can cool down while we're chilling out.
Let's show you my storage. So I've got the best deal. I've got the full wardrobe, which used to be Jordan's, but he very kindly donated it to me. And then I've got the 2 overhead storage just above the bed. Before we've done these little bits of renovations, the whole van was actually white, which was really nice, but for us it just felt a little bit too clinical. So what we did was, if you've noticed, we've painted the whole bottom of the van grey, so all the cupboards on the bottom are grey. And then we didn't really know what to do with this, because obviously it's part of the bottom but then it's part of the top, so we decided to go bold and paint it grey, and we absolutely love it. It just feels more homely. So down here we've got a bit of a control panel. So we've got the Renogy battery monitor, so we can monitor what the batteries are doing, what they're charging at, what percentage they're on. And we also have the Renogy inverter switch, so we switch that on when we want to use the 240 volt plug sockets. We've got some USB and USB-C plugs here and a cigarette port. This is just the Bluetooth connector, so we can connect to the Renogy app and see what's really going on with the batteries.
Let's get to the bed where all the juicy stuff happens. So everybody always asks what size our bed is, because obviously the Mercedes Sprinters, you can't fit widthways in them without the side pods. So we've got something called the Euro pods on our van. Now, everybody always thinks I'm lying when I say the size of the van, but let me show you. It is exactly, where are we? 6'4" exactly. So 76.5 inches at the back side of the pod. So that's 6'4". I'm 6'2", so I stay at this side. And then the front side of the pod there is 6'2", because the pods taper in slightly. Now these are with insulation and carpet on, so they are actually wider than 6'4". I think they're about 6'6"-ish when they're fitted with no insulation or carpet on. So having the side pods has been an absolute game changer, especially for me, because I'm lanky. I can actually fit in here widthways. Because the bed is actually bigger than a standard size double bed, we do actually have a gap down here. And I just think it helps with airflow, but now and again it winds you up when your pillows drop down. So sometimes we put these little pink pillows down first, and then we pop our big soft double pillow there. So as Annalise mentioned before, she does have the overhead storage, which is great. And we have these little lights inside. I just want to show you them. So these are these little lights. They're on a magnet at the back, and you can plug them into a USB charger and charge them up, and the motion detect. So as soon as you open that, you can see what's inside your cupboard. They're brilliant. They are from Amazon, so the links will be in the description below. But moving on over here, we've got a double USB socket here, which is a standard USB and a USB-C. And then all this carpet that we've got on, behind this carpet is Dodo mat insulation, so everything is soft. It's not going to the bare metal. So it goes to the insulation first, and then the carpet over the top of the insulation.
So we've used another one of these IKEA spice racks as a brew holder for when we're in bed. We've painted this one grey, and then we've added the tablet holder. So this is actually really, really good. It's really stiff, so you can pull it, move it where you want, and it doesn't like bounce around or anything. And I think that's everything for the inside. Oh wait, the window. So this is the ice cream hatch.
Can I have an ice cream, please? So then, let's talk electrics. So we've changed a couple of things in the van, so I'm going to show you what I've changed. Let's start at this end and work our way back. So we've got a mains charger, which is a Victron mains charger, and that is a 30 amp. So we have 2 solar panels on the roof, which are 2 Renogy 200 watt solar panels. So we've got 400 watts altogether. That then comes down into this breaker so that we can isolate the panels whenever we need be. Then this comes into the Renogy Rover 40 amp MPPT charge controller. This charge controller is actually a lithium one as well. Then we come over to our 2 plug sockets here. That is run off mains, so when we plug in, we have our inverter plugged into one, and we have our mains charger for the batteries plugged into the other. Then over here we've got our 12 volt fuse board. We've got 2 positive and negative buzz bars, quite big. These are 500 amp ones. We've got a 2000 watt Renogy inverter, but the big thing what we've changed recently is definitely our bi-directional B2B charger. Now, if you don't know what a bi-directional B2B charger is, it takes power from your alternator and fires it into your leisure batteries. However, if your van battery decides to die, because this is bi-directional, it can throw power back to your van battery, which means that we'll never need to jump start the van. And we've tested it quite a few times now, where we've left the van for like weeks on end, and you'd think when you come to turn it over it wouldn't work, but turn it over, starts up first time every time. It's amazing. We do have discount codes for a lot of this stuff, so if you are looking to get this type of stuff, check out our discount code below, because you do want to save yourself some money, and every penny helps when you're building out a van. And another thing that we did change, we did have AGM batteries. Now, we didn't have any problems with the AGM batteries, they were perfectly fine. However, we had 300 amps, but you can only use 50% of the capacity of an AGM battery, otherwise you start to damage it. So really we only actually had 150 amp usable, and they were bloody heavy. Now we've got 3 100 amp hour lifetime lithium batteries in this. Now they're a budget lithium battery, but they are bloody good, I can tell you that now. We've drained them right down, we've charged them right up, we threw all sorts of stuff for them, and they've not failed so far. They've been brilliant. But yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. This system's been faultless. It's been in the van for quite some time now. We've only made 2 major upgrades, which is the Sterling Power B2B. If I would have knew about the Sterling Power B2B, I would never have bought the Renogy one, because the Renogy one failed on us like constantly. It was so annoying, like really annoying. And the same with the batteries, they've been absolutely brilliant. But apart from that, we've not changed anything on our electrical system, literally just the batteries and the B2B. A lot of people are asking, do we have Wi-Fi in the van? And the answer is yes. We've got a MaxView Wi-Fi, and it just takes a SIM card. We've got our SIM card with EE. So our internet is just here above the bed, and it's a MaxView Romex. And then on the actual roof itself, you'll be able to see that this is the little puck antenna. And it's super simple. We have it turned on permanently all the time. We actually don't take it off. We don't take it off whatsoever, or we don't turn it off whatsoever, and it's been brilliant. It uses next to no power, and we get full signal. Also, if you're looking at building out a van, the best thing you can do is add a massive garage space, because you can put tools in there, put e-bikes, paddleboards, and then we have our skis on the doors either side. And they've been done with like Velcro. We got like little Velcro mounts that we made, and then you can just pop your skis on there. And this is where we fill up our water. It's got a little key slot, just open that up and we can fill our water up. We have actually got a 30 psi pump that I think is 7 litres a minute, and it's a shore flow pump. And if you're looking for side pods like these, this is what they actually look like from the outside. So they just stick out the van ever so slightly. They're wider on the driver's side than they are on the passenger side, because you have your slide door on your passenger side, so that when the door opens, the door doesn't smack into the side pod. So that's why the side pod is slightly narrower on one side than compared to the other. The electric hookup is on the outside here. Just pop this up, plug your electric hookup in. We never really use it, to be fair. We've not really used it that much because the van's like pretty much generating power all the time. The only time we really ever use it is if we go on a campsite, we'll plug in and then charge up our power banks as well while we're there. This is the front of our van, and you'll probably notice that we've got a massive light bar up top and some little ditch lights on the bottom on our bull bar. You can have them flashing white, you can have them flashing amber, you can have them on amber and white. You can just do all sorts with the little control panel, which is quite cool. And the light bar is ridiculously light. Like, I definitely will not be turning that on whilst driving, I can tell you that now. But that's it from the van tour, guys. If you can think of anything that we've missed off, please drop it in the comments, and don't forget to check out those discount codes to save yourself some money. We'll catch you on the next one.